Growing up in Colorado, being in the mountains and going skiing when you're young, the years go by and we change as people. I'd be interested to hear from you in the comments section if fear of heights has increased in your life as you've gotten older. When you're young, you don't think about a lot of things. And as you get older, these little things start creeping in, like a lot of people are afraid of. How you doing, Mama? You doing okay?
Yeah.
Just hang in there. It's going to be pretty scenic on top of the mountain, though.
Yeah.
You don't like those bumps, do you?
No, swings, no.
So you think your ski days are over?
Yeah, yeah. One time I was skiing and it got so intense at the top, I just walked the rest of the way.
Look at that guy over there on the chairlift. Look around how beautiful it is, sweetie. So here's another bike path. This would be more aggressive. Yeah, you do it.
Oh, fuck.
I'm
okay.
She's not sure about the gondola. Now it's really going to get steep going up here. See, there's some of those bike paths.
Yeah, there you are. I'm good if I look down.
You need to look around, look at the mountains around us.
I don't know if I can.
Yeah, just look around a little bit,
Just
babe.
a minute.
Okay.
Give me a moment.
Okay.
Ah,
Oh, look how cool these trails are.
yeah.
Look at that corner right there. Oh, look at this.
I haven't never seen much chicks doing that.
Some of them, this may be in a more advanced course. You doing better?
Not yet.
Now, if you really want to look at something freaky, look back. Now
No,
that will,
stop. Don't even move,
that will
please.
that will mess with you bad.
I am sure
Wait till you go for a ride down. You doing okay, Mama? One thing about heights that I've learned personally is it's different when you're on the ground. I can ride a motorcycle in the mountains, no problem. But when you're up in the air, like in a gondola, however you want to call it, it gives you a whole different experience because you're up in the air and you're going over deep valleys where there's a lot of height. And as you look back down towards the village or down towards the bottom of the mountain, it just seems really far down there. And it just brings on a whole different experience. So that's what Judy's experiencing here, even though she's done this before in the past. I just think we change, and it takes one little trigger to create that fear, and all of a sudden you're really focusing on it. So I'm not making fun of her by no means, because to be honest with you, I was a little nervous too. So anyways, we had a little fun with this. This part is a little fun though, because it increases you just a little bit. Kind of speeds up a little quick. Yeah, look at that trail right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why those guys are using full suspension. Yeah. People are afraid of water. A lot of people get spooked out being out on the ocean and wait. I think we all have different fears. I think heights, water, those are big ones for a lot of people. I don't like heights. I don't mind heights on an airplane, don't mind flying an airplane at all. It doesn't bother me at all. I can go to the top of an elevator, a grain elevator, inside through the elevator, not crawling up the side of it, and I'm fine. But, there's different height scenarios that I just won't do. I'm just don't feel comfortable at all. But I think we all have them. Share some of your fears. And it's interesting because I'm kind of chuckling with Judy in this gondola, but this is a girl who rides dirt bikes, who was jumping her dirt bike at 50 years old. Doesn't mind riding on the back of my chopper down the highway, and doing all kinds of different risk-taking, adventurous things. But I think everybody struggles with something, and fear is one of those things that affects us all in different ways. Fear might make somebody insecure. Fear might make somebody scared of traveling, with everything that's going on in the country. Fear might prevent you from enjoying life and doing different things. I think we all deal with fear. Fear can just be so crippling in so many things that really limit our life with different things if we choose to let it. It is a choice, how we respond to that fear. And fear essentially is a framework of a foundation of ways of thinking that support that fear. Fear of not being good enough, fear of not being pretty enough, fear of not being whatever. We support those thoughts. We support that fear with thoughts, and that's what feeds that fear and keeps us in that cycle. But we got to respond to that and break out of it. And there's certain things we just want to avoid that aren't healthy for us, and there's those kind of fears. But the fears that we're talking about are the fears that are limiting our happiness in our life, and going for it, and living outside the norm, and taking some chances and a few risks. I'm not talking about unhealthy risk. I'm talking about calculated risks that make you realize you're alive, risks that tell you to go for it. Take that trip, go do that trip you've never taken. Go climb that mountain you want to climb. You've never learned to ride a dirt bike? Go learn to ride a dirt bike. You'll be glad you did. And I think all of us move in and out of those seasons where we don't do that. I know when I grew up riding motorcycles. I started riding motorcycles when I was 5 years old. And, you go through different seasons where you don't ride, or you kind of get out of it, for me when my kids were growing. But why do we walk away from those things? Those things that we love, that fuel our soul and make us smile. If it's because of fear, those are the things we have to respond to and ask ourselves why, when at one point in our life it made us happy. So if it's fear that's holding us back from doing things, it's fear's a real bitch, and it can be a real bastard if we let it. But we can also respond to it through our faith, through prayer, through positive affirmations. But we all deal with something, and yes, this video is about Judy and I taking a trip to Colorado, spur of the moment. Judy and I are not planners. We don't plan shit. We just go for it and do it. It's kind of like Thursday night. Hey, I feel like going to the mountains. We haven't done that for a while. We need to get away, and we just go do it. The only limiting thing for us is always money or finances or something like that. Otherwise, we'd be screwing off all the time. But we're definitely not planners. She's not one. I'm not one. We figure out where we're going to stay on the way to the mountains. We don't even know where we're going to go when we go. That's just how we roll. But, this video, you're seeing, I'm just giving you examples of somebody could do a lot of dangerous things, whether it's riding motorcycles, skateboarding, doing all these other things. But the point is, there's always something that we fear, that surfaces when we're doing something. And sometimes that fear might be causing our insecurity in our life. It may be causing relationship issues, or maybe we're not wanting to pursue a relationship out of fear. A lot of those things that it's very limiting in our life. So I don't know. I just say, our life is short, and you just need to go for it. and believe, have that confidence, and you restore that confidence by the things that you're thinking. The things that you're thinking, you need to make sure they're healthy. They're either going to make you healthy or they're going to make you sick. So that's kind of what this video is about. It's about going for it and going and doing something you love that makes you happy and smile and having fun. And sometimes fear it can be healthy for you too. It challenges you, And I'm just proud of Judy. She was spooked out on the gondola, but we were also having fun, and she pushed through it, and I thought she was a rock star for doing it. So I think one of my biggest fears, and I have a lot of fears, they're not riding motorcycles. And yeah, there's heights bother me too with certain conditions. But one of my biggest fears, I'll be honest with you, is not living my life fully, just existing and coming home every day and going through the same routine. I hate that. That's one thing I fear, is getting caught in that rut. I don't want to live my life like that. I want to live, if I could sum it up, I want to live my life as young, as old as I can. I don't want to quit having fun. I don't want to quit having fun with my wife or teaching my son things, or my daughter's things, my grandkids things. That's my biggest fear, is not having the opportunity to do those things. And I don't want to exist, I think, is my biggest fear. So I want to ride motorcycles as long as I can. I want to ride dirt bikes as long as I can, and live outside of the box. I don't want to conform at all. That's not my style. It's never been my style. That's one of my fears. I mean, yeah, we all have fears. We all have fears of getting hurt, and fears of our kids getting hurt. Yeah, those are things I pray about every night. But I just hope these videos inspire you and get you to think a little bit. I'm using Judy, but I'm representing Judy in a way that, look at all these scary things that a person can do, and has the confidence to do, whether it's riding skateboards, motorcycles, or whatever. But my point is, we still all deal with something, and it's about pushing through it. So kind of deep, I know, but real. But anyways, enjoy the video, and we hope you have a good week.